Hello everyone, Solomon here. It's January 2024, the 22nd, and it's Monday. So, the first thing I'm going to do is pop in some melatonin. It's about 2 o'clock, because I worked the overnight shift. I sleep about 3 hours after coming home at 7:30, and I wake up randomly, because I naturally just wake up and start walking around and doing whatever. So it's daylight and I'm taking melatonin. So here's how I sleep. Sometimes I don't need this because I'm super tired, but and some water. Oh boy. So, what the hell am I doing? To get back to sleep, I went to the gym and I walked. So, a total of 1+ hour of physical activity. That's the best you can do, It's the best you're gonna do for a human being. And, my old vices were to play video games and watch porn, all that stuff. And, why walking? Why exercising? Why do that to myself? Of course, it's a lot harder. Of course, I don't want to go outside. Of course, all these activities are hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's easy just to pop in a game or go on the computer or take out your cell phone and start playing, Fortnite or, Candy Crush, or Clash of Clans, or whatever, Heroes of the Storm, or what do you call it, the damn World of Warcraft card game, Hearthstone. And I've replaced that with vlogging. So instead of playing games, I'm doing the exercises and vlogging. And I spoke to a girl at work, and she uses the power on the Badass Journal. So it looks like the power of habit that I use, but when it comes down to it, she really wanted to go to the gym every day and be consistent. But and I asked her, is it working for you? I don't care what she says or does. Does she actually get results? Go to the gym, and she didn't. I need something that works, and this karma wheel thing, believe it or not, works. So, this is just a past example. I know I'm repetitious about this and, doing it over and over again, but that's what it is. So I put down all my habits. This one just happens to have walking, exercise, sunlight, read. To a lesser extent, I don't read. I know to read, but implementing that in my schedule is very, very challenging, and that's definitely something I needed to do. More. Sleep, eat well, meditate, and work. Now I have vlogging and YouTubing. And why I do that? I'm very afraid of having to pick up a basic bitch job working at Bat Burger. This could be just replaced with Starbucks, cashier at Target, Walmart. There's god-awful jobs paying awful little money. There is one job that I could probably, obsess about, and that's probably being a UPS truck driver. Now they're paying about like $120,000 base salary. So, I just saw like this Korean-looking guy with a square face. That's how I know he was Korean. He was actually pretty jacked for an Asian person, possibly like 6'4", or even 6'9". 6 feet, or in my height, 5'9". He was maybe an inch or two taller, and he was relatively thick. So he was walking around doing the UPS thing, and it's simple enough for someone like me to be doing. So that's not a bad gig for 6 figures. You just have to keep up with the workflow. I'm not saying that's easy. It's probably hard on your physical body, driving and delivering packages. I experienced this while being a mobile X-ray tech. Although, it's probably very physically demanding, 8+ hours a day. But when you break it down and you're Dumbo, I mean, that's the best you can do in life. 6 figures. You don't have to talk to anyone. You're a delivery boy, basically. And that'll pay your bills. And in this case, probably his family. Yeah, check that out. UPS truck driver. And, why anything? Because I don't want to deteriorate back to my old degenerative habits like Bro Thor here. That's why I keep it around. I did not do a single Bro Thor activity today. I did not sit down and play video games. I was not watching porn or eating pizza. So it's very important that, you don't go back. It's very important. And so you pick up a book. The Power of Habit, okay? The Power of Habit. And it has to work. And you have to be accountable. And I told you about the karma wheel. If you're cheap, you can just buy yesteryear's version and just, copy and paste these and print them, scan these on your, scanner at work or wherever, or at school, and just keep, pumping these out and just use and reuse them. That is if you're dirt poor and you are desperate to change. If I could turn back the clock, that's what I would do. I would just pick up hours and, go to school and stuff, all the while working. Just to build up habits. Just to build up, drive. Just to maintain myself, as a human being. Grow as a human being, So, that's 7 minutes into it. Other things that I'm doing right now. I'm just dwindling down, trying to go into the resting period. I'm recording, just to get that 8-minute mark for YouTube monetization potential. I've yet to make $1 on YouTube or Google AdSense. I made $10 on Google AdSense before, back in 2010. So 14 years ago I attempted this, and damn, that shit is hard. I got the 9-to-5 jobs. That's what paved the way for me. It's not because of Google AdSense or anything like that. I can't even fucking do it. My friend was, posting his video game stuff, and he got like up to $100, but I don't think he even cashed out a payment. And it's just ridiculous how good of a content creator you need to be just to break even. I mean, I'm just doing this now for shits and giggles. I've yet to make $1. I don't even know why I'm filming practically. But, I'm just playing around with the YouTube algorithm at this point. So, if you don't sell your own product, you're basically doomed to sell someone else's product for the rest of your life. So somehow Solomon Chau has to step up his game and sell his own product. I know there's a Solomon Chau movie all my life starring Harry Shum, but that's not me. I didn't die of cancer, so only the good die young. I'm left here as Solomon Chau, the guy who's needs to whore himself out to the YouTube algorithm so he can make $1 soon, or he can't pay rent. I guess there's a shit ton of guys that fall into my same place. They don't want to do video editing. They don't want to do sound editing. They don't want to find anyone to do it. They don't believe in humanity to trust them on Fiverr to, do work for them. You know, why would anyone else be interested in helping you when they have their own shit to deal with, when it's hard enough to be human? You know, the amount of scams out there, the amount of people who just don't want to work, the amount of people who do work but they get paid, you know, they don't get paid enough, is just exponentially infinite. You know, the amount of poverty out there, the amount of doom and gloom, you know, negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers, naysayers is just overwhelming, you know. So the only person you can really rely on is yourself. You know, unless you're like an outlier like Ali Abdul or Hamza or Iman Gatsi, all of which whom are not me or you. Those are outliers, you know. It's like winning a lottery ticket. It's like winning the genetic lottery. You're blonde hair, blue eyes, you got a vajayjay and boobies, and you know, you just easily attract every guy left and right, Chad and Tyrone. You don't even have to do anything because, you know, you're gonna marry into the family of a sugar daddy. You know, it just so happens there's a guy named Tom Brady, and he's not you. He's not me either. That's a given. More than likely, you're probably struggling like me to make $1 on YouTube. If not, you know, even posting 10 videos. If not that, 100 videos. According to Ali Abdul. That's the minimum requirement. 50 videos. Excuse me, the average of the two. It's about 50. In order to gain any traction. That's like sending 50 resumes out, but only getting 1 or 2 job applications, which is probably what, you know, a recent high school or college grad has to be doing these days in order to fucking survive. Unless you become a UPS, you know, driver. But first you have to become a UPS, you know, warehouse worker. You know, packaging and unpackaging and conveyor belt bullshit. And you just have to fucking do that every single motherfucking day. Just like I told you with the habit tracker. You just come in there every single fucking day. And, you know, you get chewed up like a dog. You put in your 8, 10, 12 hours or whatever. And then you just go home. Like a salty bitch. You know, hopefully you can live in your parents' house. But, you know. So you do that for a minimum of 3 to 4 years. I think that you need at least 2. It must be like 4 years of experience. Is working the conveyor belt. That's about, you know, the time you spend in high school. I must have stopped learning after like the 9th or 10th grade, to be honest with you. Like, I just got my reading level comprehension got stuck. And, you know, my math skills got at algebra, geometry, you know, and then from there it's just been all like like algebra 2 work, like what. Like I work at the damn hospital as a CAT scan technician, making $44 at most, maybe $63 with overtime. I'm in charge of people. I'm basically responsible for people's lives, especially when they have strokes and pulmonary embolisms and heart attacks. And I can assure you that, you know, none of this shit I needed, you know, from high school applies to like my, you know, everyday, you know, work. You know. But then again, there's always that, you know, master's degree student or PhD level student. And they need that shit. But as for most average ass Joes, they probably don't need all that shit to be a UPS truck driver making $120,000 a year. And keep in mind that a teacher only makes about $50,000, $55,000 if they're lucky, $60,000 on the higher end. You know, it's all the same shit show. And these teachers, you know, they can regurgitate an entire book and they still get paid lower than me and the UPS truck driver. I don't know. It just is. there are ways around, you know, being a super nerd or something. Those who can't do teach, and those who do don't teach. They work, like me. Working, it don't matter. I don't give a fuck. I know that my level of intelligence, emotional intelligence, is capped at some point. And that's why I don't pursue higher things. I suffer from a lot of self-limited beliefs. I can only make X amount of money this year or next year or whatever, and that I'm a normal person who's incapable of making over $200,000 a year. Back in the day, I think Bill Clinton, so you're talking about 1998, I think the presidential salary was like $200,000. Now it's upwards to $400,000 per year. So you're talking about someone like me who used to make as much money as Bill Clinton as a president of the United States, which is very far-fetched. And then you have someone like me making more than doctors. That apparently I do. In 2024 I do. Back in the day I definitely did not qualify, but in recent times I do. SpongeBob is one of those. He makes Nickelodeon probably millions of dollars, and yet I'm not even sure if he has a brain, but just is doing it, much like Patrick. I don't think starfish have brains either. Anyways, it's always not, being super intelligent. Sometimes it's just about the value you provide to the company, and you just have to target those jobs. There is an in-demand list of jobs if you go on unemployment. And you just have to find the one that's most suitable for you, or just fucking fail out of the ones you think that are suitable for you and pick the ones that are suitable for you. So it's 18 minutes into this. How was my time best spent? I always thought there was an ultimate version of Solomon Chau. He would go to school for 8 hours or whatever. I graduated from that program. High school, college, Ivy League. Rutgers is ranked 1 out of 10th in the entire United States. I believe they moved up to an Ivy League status. I don't know, but Rutgers is highly acclaimed for being a state college. I aged out of the program, went back to do X-rays and CAT scans, and now I'm still doing that. But because of the value I can provide, I save lives. I provide diagnostic, medical imaging to patients and doctors and stuff like that. So moving forward, I just hate social validation. I went to the gym. I felt better. I felt more confident. I was doing 40-pound weights on each hand. That's a total of 80 pounds. I only weigh 140, 150, about 150, and I'm doing 80, so that's more than half my body weight, which is pretty heavy. 40 pounds is very fucking heavy for most people. And 250 pounds, that's 100 pounds of weight, which is very, very super heavy for an average ass person. And you have a lot of average ass people, So, in Kung Fu philosophy, you want to be the best version of yourself, and that just means you have to be better than average in something intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, physically, muscle wise, dexterity wise, anything that can give you one up to the competition. You should practice that. And I'm definitely, I do a lot more I do like a minimum of like 50 push-ups a day, sometimes up to 80, 100 if I really try. And sit-ups, I try to do pull-ups, but it's hard to find a pull-up bar. They exist, but it's a lot harder to find. And I'm not talking about an iron gym hanging one off your damn door, because that shit breaks, and it just feels really shitty. The iron gym pull-up bar just feels really ghetto. It's not the real thing, and I'm afraid that it'll rip the fucking door, frame off. And it just feels so uncomfortable. Only the people with the most discipline and stubbornness can pull it off. But as for me, I need the aesthetics of an actual pull-up bar. It's just too ghetto for me. The Iron Gym pull-up bar is just too ghetto for me. And I took a walk in the sunlight, so I'm getting my vitamin D with my heavy, puffy down duck feather jacket on. Sunlight is supposed to help you regulate your dopamine and your serotonin and your happy mood, basically. Yeah, I did everything right except excessively read a book. I listened to some audio stuff on the podcast on YouTube, how to get good and stuff, or music. But that's it. That's the only activity I missed out on, reading. So I have all my little check marks, and that's what a good life for me is, just doing all the good habits. I didn't play video games and I didn't watch porn. So, mission accomplished. And I just have to regulate myself like this. I used to prioritize the stock market, Vanguard, and using Finviz, FINVIZ.com, and look up stocks all the time, and the S&P 500 companies, but I wasn't developing as a human being. I wasn't investing in myself. I was always looking at the, tech stocks for any bull runs, especially when Donald Trump was on. It was always like a bull run in the tech sector, 3%, 4%, 5%, 10,000 gains a year, 20,000 gains, 30% gains. Like it was real growth. During the time Donald Trump was running, that was no joke. He definitely boosted the economy. Now with fucking Biden, it's just bull run. It's just I'm not bull run, excuse me, bear run. Everyone's afraid because the Ukrainian war and Russia and oh god, it's Israel and the Gaza Strip, and it's just like, the fuck? And I'm looking at the president, he's old, 81 years old, and he's tripping on the damn red carpet of the damn Air Force One, and it's just like, the fuck is going on? The stock market went down 20% in 2022. 20 fucking percent on average in this S&P 500. I distinctly remember that. Everyone was like, no, that didn't happen. Trump sucks. No, that's not what happened. Sleepy Joe Biden fucked over everything. 2 world wars, basically. The migrant crisis in New York City. It's just like, The fuck? You know, seriously, the fuck? Like homeless people. That level, I mean, you could have had a good economic run if you kept Trump, but you know, here you have Biden. He's here right now. Here's your Democratic president. You got the war in Ukraine. You got the war in, you know, in Israel and Palestine. You got the New York City migrant crisis. You know, you got all kinds of like homeless situations. There you go. Here's your Democratic president. Enjoy. It's like enough. Damn. More homeless people. Yeah, great. Yeah. Yeah, more refugees. Yeah, we need more. Yeah. Anyways, you know, I would vote for the asshole if he's gonna get us out of this like poverty situation. Other, you know, Trump even called like Chinese people racist shit. I don't care if he's gonna get me out of this like financial situations and promote, you know, financial growth, and then great, you know, that's gonna serve me, you know, well. But people just hate on Trump. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know, he's probably better off, you know, economically, you know, than Biden, you know. And if you want Biden, here he is. Enjoy your Ukrainian-Russian war. Enjoy your, you know, refugee mail order Ukrainian bride or Russian bride. Enjoy your, you know, Palestinian mail order bride if they have those. You know. Enjoy your, you know, Mexican refugee, you know, migrant bride if you know, if that's your thing. I don't know. Maybe it works out for you somehow. Maybe that's how you're going to get some. I don't know. Maybe for some people, maybe for a small percentage of people who want that in their lives, fine. That's great. But whatever. Tonight I have to go back to work at 11 p.m. And that's it. I lived my greatest day ever today. Minus I didn't read books. I didn't have time. I shot this vlog video instead. And I feel overaccomplished. You know, I definitely did those things that I was meant to do as a human being. Journal or blog, or in this case vlog. You know, I just do a video instead of writing in my journal. You know, I'm like the modern day Marcus Aurelius meditations over here. This is what I do every day. This is what I strive to be doing every day. I'm 39 years old, so it took me, you know, motherfucking 39 years to get to this point where I can just conveniently film myself in 4K and just spew out what's ever coming out of my mouth, hoping that I am articulating my words correctly in a fluent manner. So there was no script or anything. I spoke from my heart, and that's how I do. You know, the only complaint that I do have about my modern day researches and readings is about Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week. If I had to drive in or drive somewhere, like my own private office, work for 4 hours and then come back home, what the fuck do I do with the rest of the day? I don't know. I honestly don't fucking know. Like, you know, after I meditate, after I go to the gym, after I, you know, you can't be doing that, you know, for the rest of your, for 8 hours. Like, what do you do with your other 8 hours in your day? I want to fucking know what to do with myself. You know, again, that's makes more time for me to just participate in these degenerate activities, World of Warcraft, porn, you know. You know, it may work for some guys because they have kids and they're highly productive, but in my case, you know, that just leaves more time to indulge in my vices, which is terrible. So Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week doesn't really work for everyone. It works for some people, not everyone. I just would use the time to be doing all this instant gratification stuff. Going to the club. Going to the damn strip club. Going to play video games. Watching porn. It's just like... And then I have to work again. It's just like... Shit, I need a babysitter. I need to be working, 8+ hours a day, or it's just straight to degeneracy. But I know that about myself. He's like, don't be like that. You should aim for the more creative things. You have your lower end Maslow's hierarchy of need. Now you can do the more creative things, more higher self-actualized things. Well, I can't sing, I can't dance. The only thing I can do is vlog. I don't feel like writing. I lost my touch with writing. I usually write romantically, but that went doo-doo once I found out what women really like. And just telling her that I love you just doesn't work anymore. You have to be 6 feet tall and making $200,000 a year, which was just hard as fuck. I mean, you have to be a minimum. You have to work that requires you to work at least 16 hours for 6 days straight in a very high pressure work environment, like a hospital, or sales calls, or email, cold calling, or cold spamming, or whatever you want to call it, high level of marketing, or reaching out to people you don't even fucking know, and here you are, like, this girl wants you to be 6 feet tall and making 200 figures minimum requirement. It's like, the fuck. And so here we are, living my best life. I don't have all the emotional bandwidth to be taking up everyone's opinions and advice. I just have to fucking do my own thing. Solomon Chau is not going to make you $200,000. Solomon Chau is not going to, have titanium stilts, surgically implanted to be 6 feet tall, just so that some girl can, socially validate him. All very fucked up. You can't even be yourself anymore. And my peace of mind is precious to me. No, you're not going to have my peace of mind. So, knock it off. Knock it off. Men go their own way. And for this, maybe Chad's used to this kind of shit. I don't know. But I'm Asian, so I don't even qualify. Chong does not qualify. Maybe that's up to Tyrone and Chad to reproduce the next, privileged, entitled, spoiled generation. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. That's not my world. That's not my thing. I don't want it to be my thing. And, for what? You are either super highly extroverted, or you're introverted. Stoic, even. You just care about your own well-being, and then you could take care of other things. Or you're just super extroverted, where everything, is dependent on, face-to-face contact, on yelling at people, on marketing, selling yourself, whoring yourself out. It's just good in the world of business. But as for me, I know where I stand. I'm too much of an introvert. I don't do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. That, marketing and, whoring myself out to everyone is just draining and toxic for me. For my personality, I would not be able to sustain it for much, for very long, other than to make money. It's a very shallow path for me. And with that said, I'm just gonna go sleep and do my work. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Hopefully I come up with new ideas. What? I may never be able to come up with new ideas. I may just be repeating myself over and over again like an autistic person. Just regurgitating things. That's what Chinese do. They're good at modern day China is just good at copycatting. They're fucking god awful at conceptualizing new ideas. Okay, Steve Jobs, iPhone, Foxconn, Taiwan, China, made in China. You get the picture. What I can do is travel. So later this year, I'm going to Switzerland, and and my other brother lives in Hawaii, so I'll be vlogging in Hawaii. Hopefully, I'll be vlogging in Switzerland because you're always supposed to have some kind of dream and live it. Some kind of unrealistic dream. Well, there it is. Other than to just make money. So there you have it. I do more than just copycat and repetitive habits. I can also travel. Can I travel every day? No. Do I want to travel every day? No, I don't. Again, the introvert thing, it would just drain me of my energy. It would take too much of my mental resources to figure out where to go, the transportation, people to pay, being able to trust other people, things like that. It's all emotionally and energetically taxing on me. And God forbid I meet an energy vampire. Which I do encounter and meet. People who text me, who call me for like stupid ass shit. Like, I'm just gonna block their number. So thank you for calling. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you got something out of this. I'll see you in the next one. This has been Solomon Chau. Peace out.